Hello, what's going on YouTube world? Sebastian here with Spin Driving School, and in today's video we are going to take a look at painted boxes on the road with do not block the intersection signs. So that's that. Essentially those would normally appear in intersections that would need to be used for things like fire trucks, police department, maybe hospitals in some cases, or anywhere where you do not want to block the intersection, mainly due to the sign, but also in certain situations when you have busy intersections or situations where you may have a boulevard and it's possibly a little tricky to get through, so that way you keep the intersection clear depending on the flow of traffic and traffic lights as well. So we'll get into different scenarios here, and hopefully that's going to help you guys out. So let's get right to it. Okay, so here we go. There's your do not block the intersection sign on the top right side, and this is where you would stop before the box if you were to. Okay, so make sure that you do not stop inside of that box for any reason, and if you do it on your road test, you will fail probably. Here I'm stopping a little bit late, but I'm going to keep this intersection open. Here on the right hand side we have a fire station, fire hall, so clearly in the case of an emergency you want to keep that area open, because otherwise you're going to get probably rammed through or pushed out of the way, or you're going to have to back up, or you're going to have to keep that way clear one way or another. Once the intersection is clear and the flow of traffic moves forward, then you can proceed onwards. But other than that, make sure that you stay behind the box or a stop line if there is one, which we'll get into in a second. If you see far up ahead there's a fire truck that's just backing in. So in this case, if the truck was in the way, I would be stopping right before the box. And they're all going to have different shapes, different lengths, and crisscrosses through them. So this is where you would stop. This is where the stop line is. Now if you stop past here and you stop just before the box, you might be okay, but you do want to make sure in that case you stop at the stop line. And then you're going to proceed towards the red light as long as there's space, and if there is, then in that case there was space for a couple of cars, so you should be okay. So there's another one here, and there, as always, there would be a sign on the right hand side saying do not block the intersection. So my job is not to stop for that car. Okay, that car that was sitting there in that boulevard does not have the right of way. Here's another one. In this case there's a stop sign on our right hand side, and if this upcoming car here wants to make a left turn, as long as I'm not proceeding forward, they can also make that left turn. They don't have the right of way, but if I keep that area open, this vehicle there can make that left turn. So, you know, don't assume, but read the situation accordingly, and if it's clear and safe, then you can proceed onwards. And then once the situation in front of you clears, then you can proceed into the next. So now here, in this situation, the truck, you know, it's a big truck. We don't know if there's anything in front of him, so we'll just stop there. Now in that case, this car can technically proceed through as long as the other lanes are clear, right? We're not keeping that area open for them necessarily. We're just sitting back because we cannot proceed forward. And then once it clears up, then we'll just move in, and then the cars behind us have to, you know, do the same. So just because people stop in front of these boxes, don't always assume that they're stopping for you. Okay, it's not, and usually it's actually not the case, so pay attention. And first and foremost, there's a lot of tailgating here, so make sure that you leave yourself enough space when you're stopping behind cars, because if you see that car on the left hand side there, that van, that's way too close, so you can fail your road test if your stopping distance is that poor. And again, that car there does not have the right of way, right? So we're not going to be stopping for him or for them. If the intersection is clear, we're proceeding onwards, and it's a green light, so we should be fine. Now it's just the traffic is a little bit slow. It's raining and it's Boundary at this time of the day. It's usually a shit show anyway, so that's to be expected. So make sure you drive accordingly. So there you go. That's that. Stay safe out there and keep up the good work. Thank you for your support. Take care. Bye-bye.